Hi, welcome to the Tuna Can, where we like to look at movies and go, hey, what is that? Like most of you last month, I watched the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, and it left me speechless. Because it looked like shit. I was kind of surprised, considering I was looking forward to this movie, following all the interesting tidbits about the plot, with it possibly involving previous Spider-Man, villains, and cast members all reprising their roles from the previous movies. I was excited. However, nothing in this trailer, and I do mean nothing, grabbed me in any way. It just looked like more of the same, with some of that same being things I recognized. I didn't really give a shit about all the callbacks or possible connections to the Amazing Spider-Verse or Raimi-verse. It was just more of the same MCU crap that's been peddled to us for the past few years. And I thought, how could this be? Back before I was a big-time YouTuber with a sum of 8 followers and a viewing total of 200, 100% of which not being me, I made a video digging at Spider-Man 2, or the latest sequel in the Spider-Man franchise. I researched that video for a good couple of weeks, trying to pinpoint exactly why I didn't think that movie was very good. Unfortunately, I was unable to put my finger on why I disliked it, resulting in me making the ill-fated decision of unlisting that video. I know, I hear your whoos and I hear your haws, but it's okay, I figured it out. Finally, after 3 years, I know why I didn't like that movie. It's because I don't remember it. It's completely forgettable in every way. All I remember is how it ends, which you could say about almost every Marvel movie from Disney. You remember the actors and how it sets up the next one, maybe a set piece or two, but nothing else. Which then got me thinking, which I'm not great at, so I got on Twitter and I saw this. Well, okay. So that's when I decided to get the great idea and rewatch 2002's Spider-Man, and it all came flooding back.
The jungle out there, I had to beat an old lady with a stick.
I'm something of a scientist myself. Great power comes great responsibility.
Go, Web! Fly!
It all clicked
Up and away, Web!
into place.
Shazam!
Fuck Tom Holland, that twink isn't everything. Tom Holland is an exceptionally bad Spider-Man. Yeah, I said it. It's because he's too goddamn attractive. He gets the girl in like the first third of the movie. I don't want this. I want him to be ugly, like me. There's nothing really memorable about his character. He solely exists just to be amazed. Every once in a while, he does give a classic Spider-Man quip.
Hey, Big Bird! This doesn't belong to you!
But do you know who else does that? Every other Marvel character. It's just diminishing returns. It's repetitive. Also, he's not poor, like me. Tobey Maguire is the superior Spider-Man, in my opinion. The man effortlessly plays the role of a huge fucking dork.
Thank you.
Relentlessly cringy, awkward, and weird. None of it played with just the slightest ounce of self-awareness from him. Every time Tobey Maguire has an interaction on screen, I come away thinking, yeah, that dude definitely has Asperger's.
I was wondering if maybe we could get together sometime, maybe do something fun. Or, I don't know, I thought it'd be time to get to know each other.
A defining performance of our generation. He perfectly encapsulates a fucking dork kid.
Yeah? Big change.
Well, hurry up!
Who just likes to take pictures and be awkward in every scenario he can.
Were you listening to that?
No. Well, I heard, but I was...
Even his first decision as Spider-Man is to go to a WWE-esque wrestling competition, which in a way feels more in tune to something an actual geek would do. His performance in general is just very entertaining to watch. Each scene he's in, I'm just excited to witness how he'll show his autism.
You just get contacts?
He's like an NPC's version of an AI. The man doesn't even know how to cry properly. He elevates the role of Peter Parker through his sheer existence.
You're acting so strangely, Peter.
Okay.
Spider-Man not so much. In terms of quips, it runs a little light and a little weak.
It's you who's out, Gobby. Out of your mind.
But I think that may be the point since he is a new Spider-Man. Well, at least in this one.
Look at little Goblin Jr. Gonna cry?
It feels like every New Yorker's having a competition to see who can be the biggest dick to Peter Parker. And no one's losing. The trash fire we all know as New York City is miraculously brought to life through several small bit character actors who are allowed to flaunt their personality.
Throws up his hands, ropes come out, and he climbs up the ropes like a spider web.
In one specific section of the movie, we even get a news story that captures several of their points of view, each of which feels
some kind of freaky little something I could do.
interesting, to say the least. Something I feel Homecoming attempted to do, but in my opinion didn't really work. It's one of the big things that highlights this movie as a whole and gives it its personality. Even going as far as impacting the plot with that personality peppered throughout.
Oh yeah, I got something for your ass! You mess with Spidey, you mess with New York!
The Bonesaw fight is a prime example of this, with Randy Savage going on a coke raid
You're going nowhere!
and then beating our hero with a chair. All while our audience is sawing their bones and holding up a sign that says, "Kill him." Then you have Bruce Campbell, who bestows Peter Parker with the name Spider-Man, all while he's persistently pushing for the
Human spider.
I don't care, get out.
No, he got my name wrong.
It just brings a fun, chaotic energy from a bunch of people who seem to have a good time seeing what works, while still caring deeply enough for the source material without going over the top, and establishing the atmosphere and tone for this film and world of Spider-Man, all thanks to one man. From the editing to the music to the rest of the cast, it all feels unique and fresh, especially now in today's age.
Impressive! Who is Spider-Man? He's a criminal, that's who he is.
J.K. Simmons and Defoe give great over-the-top, iconic performances,
You know how much I sacrificed?
helping to establish that world of Spider-Man. Cliff Robertson's also has a great emotional on-screen presence with his short screen time, only to be undercut by the most awkward cry I have ever seen. I've really grown to appreciate all the little things this film has to offer. To me, Sam Raimi has a knack for including a sense of style for most of his movies without sacrificing much. And Spider-Man 2002, even though it's a studio film, still retains Raimi's personality.
Godspeed, Spider-Man. Oh.
It feels like his movie, incorporating his humor, characters, slight horror aspects, all while retaining the spirit of the comics.
He's a character. I've heard the stories about how he's been a fan since he's a kid.
It's his unique adaptation of this property that helps it stand on its own. Back when I originally reviewed Far From Home, I really harped on the fact that it had 7 screenwriters, which made for a tonally inconsistent movie with a lot of hit or miss humor. 2002 has 4 writers credited for the screenplay, but still manages to seem like it carries a singular vision. A real testament to Raimi, who was able to seamlessly blend his style with these pre-established characters and story. Whereas John Watt's only visible talent is to be good with children.
I can't be around these sexy little children.
Even in terms of CG, while not amazing, still is given a pass by most when revisiting this movie, because they go through creative lengths to mask it. The editing also manages to have visual intrigue, like him drawing his costume or the graduate hats being thrown in the air. It all has a nice visual flair that draws the eye into specific things you can appreciate that aren't just cartoon graphic rendered fight scenes. Which then brings us back to why I don't like the trailer.
Multiverse is a concept about which we know frightening.
It fucking sucks. It's devoid of any charisma that isn't just your standard Marvel wit, which I have grown to hate.
I think we're beyond you calling me sir.
Okay, Steven.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
When was the last time you watched Thor when it wasn't part of your Marvel Marathon lineup? Put on Iron Man without feeling the underlying anxiety of needing to press on with the next 20 movies. Wanted to actually watch a movie that had Kamal Nanjiani in it. For me, it's never. And the reasons I don't really look forward to any of these movies that Disney shits out. It's purely just an assembly line now, with the only new thing being fresh, diverse faces to sidestep criticism of their films. They don't bring any new artistic merit to it because it's just cash money every time when they follow the formula. And who can blame them? It's easy. The payoffs are just building blocks to the next movie down the line. 2002 Spider-Man has become part of culture in the best way possible.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Memes. The petroglyphs of our culture. Any frame of this movie can be utilized as one, and in fact has been. And it's not just due to its popularity status like current Marvel films. In my opinion, it's more due to its uniqueness as a film, and the clear sense of genuine care for the filmmaking process. These current Marvel movies don't really do that, and they can't really do that. Look for example at this past year with 7 to 10 Marvel products being released, along with this new Spider-Man. Collectively they work, but as a singular film, no. The old Spider-Man movies work not only as a group, but separately, with each being interchangeable as somebody's favorite. But maybe I'll be wrong, and the next Marvel movie will be something cool and crazy, or insane. But after watching this trailer, with the same jokes, same boring characters, and same awful visuals, I sincerely fucking doubt it.
Pizza time.